Welcome to The Explainer. When we think about spirituality, a lot of us picture letting go of the self, right? Denying our ego. But what if I told you there's a path that does the exact opposite? What if the goal isn't to get rid of the self, but to build it up, to strengthen it? Today, we're diving into the Quranic path of self-liberation.
So let's start with a massive question, one that really sits at the heart of so many spiritual traditions. Are we here to escape the world, or are we here to master it? How you answer that pretty much shapes your entire purpose.
Now, you've probably heard this answer before. It's a really common one. It says that the self, our ego, our desires, the whole shebang, is actually the problem. And from that point of view, the physical world is just a big distraction, something you've got to renounce to reach some higher state.
But the philosophy we're looking at today presents a totally different path. It completely flips the script. On one side, you've got self-denial, which is all about getting rid of the ego by withdrawing from the world. But on the other, you have self-liberation. The goal here isn't to destroy the self or the nafs, but to purify and strengthen it. And you do that by engaging with the world. The self isn't an obstacle. It's an amana, a sacred trust.
Okay, so if the goal is liberation, not denial, how in the world do you actually do it? Well, it turns out the source material lays out a very clear toolkit for achieving that freedom. All right, the first and most important tool in the box, and this one might surprise you, is reason, or aql. This is absolutely crucial. Instead of being the enemy of faith, intellect is presented as its very foundation. It's the main way you break free from stuff like superstition and just blind faith.
And this isn't just a modern interpretation. Check out this verse. It's basically a manifesto for this whole idea. The path isn't about mystery or just accepting things without question. It's a call based on reason. It's an invitation to actually understand, not just to believe.
So we've got reason, but what about the stuff that really gets to us? Our deepest anxieties. This path argues that you can't be truly free until you've liberated yourself from the crippling paralysis of fear and grief.
So how do you get that kind of peace? Well, this verse hands us the key. It says that peace of mind is directly tied to your actions. The people who find freedom from fear and grief are the ones who live upright, who engage ethically with the world. So psychological security isn't something you just get. It's something you earn by how you live. Now, this all sounds great, but what's stopping us? What's the main roadblock on this path to freedom? The source gives us this incredibly powerful metaphor, the shackles of our own making.
Just listen to that imagery. It's so striking. What it suggests is that the chains holding us back aren't being put on us by some external force or by cosmic destiny.
And here's the kicker. The chains are self-imposed. We forge them with our own hands, and we do it when we abandon that number one tool we just talked about, our intellect. Things like superstition, fatalism, just blindly imitating the past, those are the shackles we create for ourselves when we refuse to think critically. Okay, so we have the tools, and we know the obstacles. Where does this all lead? What's the end game? Well, get this. It's not about waiting for a reward in the afterlife. It's about achieving a state of being, a kind of heaven on earth, right here and right now.
So let's get practical. How do you walk this path? It really boils down to 4 key steps. 1. Engage your reason. Use that intellect of yours to understand everything. 2. Live uprightly. Don't just sit on the sidelines. Actively help build a just society. 3. Reject fabrication. Ditch the superstitions. And 4. Embrace life. See the good things in the world as signs of mercy, not as temptations you have to run away from. This is not a passive philosophy. It's a call to action.
So if you remember just one thing from all of this, let it be this. The message is all about empowerment. The core idea is that you, and only you, have the power to break your own chains. The power to achieve what this philosophy calls the supreme triumph, which is true freedom, is already inside you. And we'll end with this final thought, a line that just captures it all so perfectly. The self isn't an enemy to be conquered or a flaw to be erased. It's a masterpiece just waiting to be realized. So the real question it leaves us with is, how are you going to awaken yours?